workplace, I'll just go and online. So we're going to be proctoring an exam this morning, and then both of us will be back this afternoon after lunch for me to get your results and more information about the LSAT and the law school admissions process and how all of that works. So we're going to be doing all of that today. In other words, Jessica will be here with you all day today. Before we get started with the formal instructions for the exam, some things that you should know. We're about to complete a 5-section, full-length LSAT exam. So we're going to do all of the multiple choice sections. The exam that you're going to take differs from test day in that we are not going to complete a writing sample today. That is always the last section of the exam. It's section 6, and it is unscored. And CLEO has asked us not to administer the writing sample today, so it won't be scored. We're happy to comply with that. It makes your time a little bit shorter on the exam. So we're going to complete the 5 multiple choice sections today. The test you're going to take today is Prep Test 36. This is the December 2001 LSAT exam. So this is approximate, or next to, the best LSAT exam, Prep Test 35. Anybody know why that one's the best?
Right after 9/11.
For a totally personal reason. It is right after 9/11, that's true. The most closely administered. That was my LSAT. The one that I took. So that one's my favorite. It got me into law school at the University of Michigan. So you're going to be doing Prep Test 36. It's pretty good, but not the best. So you'll complete that exam today. We're going to, while you're having lunch, we are going to score the exams for you, so you're going to get your results back right after the test today. Some strategic things for you to know. The test booklets are for you to keep. So you're going to take that with you, and that also means, just like on test day, you get to write in the test booklet while you take the exam. So you should feel free to write all over that. You're going to take that with you. The only thing we're going to take from you is your grid so that we can get that scanned. So everything else is for you to keep. Another strategic point, some of you may or may not know, but on the LSAT, there is no penalty for wrong answers. So if you don't know the answer to a question, or if you're short on time, it is in your best interest for your score simply to guess. You can't lose points for wrong answers on this exam, unlike, notoriously, the SAT, where there's a penalty for wrong answers. This test does not work that way. So if you don't know, or if you're short on time, it's better to guess than to leave it blank, because you can't lose points on the exam. You can only fail to gain them. So those are a couple strategic points for you to know. I have some formal proctoring instructions that we're going to read through, talk about the structure of the exam and how all of that works. Any general questions about the 3 hours and 10 minutes of fun time that we're about to have before we get going? Excellent. Yes, sir.
Can you cheat?
What's that? Presumably. Only if you'd be looking at somebody else's booklets. If you have their permission, then you can probably form a small cattle, probably, to your heart's content. That's, yeah.
Can you cheat in a team?
What? However that works for you. What I would recommend is that you treat the exam as best of a testing simulation as you can, because I think that'll help everybody else get as much out of the exam as they can. So, that said, I'm going to go ahead and start the formal proctoring instructions. And the one thing that you do need to know that I'll read to you again, but that's important, is that on LSAT test day, you can't have any food or anything else with you. Again, today, like as Linda suggested earlier, I'm not particularly concerned about that, but on test day, they would be really picky about that. So you couldn't have any coffee or water or anything else with you. Today, I don't care. Just be careful not to spill it on your grid, because that will make it very difficult to scan if it's correct. So that's my only concern. Yes, sir.
Does any of this information be passed on to any other organizations other than CAPL and CLEO?
No. So CLEO is one of our national partners. We do this event with them everywhere that they organize it around the country. So this information doesn't go to anybody else. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Yeah.
Those entities. You're usually talking about something that is based on that whole some versus most. For example, some means one or more. Most means what? Majority, that's correct. And the LSAT will test you on your ability to recognize the difference between some and most. Can versus must. Can means it possible. Must means has to. That's the kind of thing we want that you want to train yourself to notice. Okay? The LSAT loves those kinds of words. Okay? And I guess I love the LSAT, so therefore I love those kinds of words. I guess that's how you get formal logic that. Okay. So anyway, so let's look at one more example for number 5 and use our method again. We wouldn't use this because this is our previous work. So let's go ahead and redraw our list of entities. And let's take a look here at our if then. If watermelons. So yes on watermelons. Great. What does that mean? We have to have what? Figs or tangerines or both. So we have to have at least one of figs or tangerines. Okay? Kind of a loose rule. We don't have really any certainties. We can't circle anything else. But we know we have to at least have one of figs and tangerines. Right? Everything else still would be the same rules, and we're not sure about it. Okay? So let's take a look at must be false. The stand does not carry figs. Does the stand have to carry figs in this case? No, because it has to carry at least one. So it could carry tangerines and not figs. Same thing with B. The stand does not carry tangerines. That's not a must be false because, again, it could be at least one. Okay, everybody cool so far?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, the stand does not carry pears. Do we see that as being necessary? No? Okay. So that doesn't seem to help. The stand carries pears, but not oranges. Where would we want to make sure to go here? We want to go back to what?
Chart.
Yeah, to our chart, exactly. So yes on pears and no on oranges. Is that okay? Can you be in New York but not in Manhattan? Is that okay? Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Okay. The stand carries pears but not tangerines. Uh-oh. Is that a problem? Yes on pears would mean what? No. Yes on tangerines. So do we have our must be false? We do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. The stand does not carry pears. Well, here's the thing. If it didn't carry pears for sure, then we would have been given a rule that completely eliminates pears. So, for example, we would have pears X'd out here if we did that. Since all we're doing is yes on watermelons, pears aren't affected. So they are possible, but not definite. So we can't say it must be false if you don't carry pears. It could be true. Okay? All right. Any other questions?
I guess building off that, is it because you have watermelon, and we know, like, sometimes if you have watermelon, you may have oranges, which means you may have pears too, or is it...
It's a little bit, it's more just a matter of you don't want to overanalyze the remainder of the sketch, the part that's not being affected. The only thing that we can say is true on the basis of watermelons is one of these. At least one of these. That's all we can say is true. So the thing is that yes on watermelons does not affect oranges, because oranges still could exist, because we saw last time no on watermelons meant no on oranges. Yes on watermelons means maybe oranges. So the fact that you have all these maybes is the kind of thing that you want to look at maybes, but you're looking for a must-be, right? So you have all these maybes, and you're looking for a must-be. Maybes are not a must-be. So that's why E would be correct, because E directly contradicts your sketch. It says yes on pears, no on tangerines. Can't do it. Okay? But all the rest of them are possible. And what we want to learn to do is not have to go into all of the possibilities, but then just basically say, well, I don't have for certain on this. In my list, I have not crossed out pears, I have not circled oranges, so all of those things are still possible.
I have two.
Sure.
The first one is, but for the E,
Mhm.
didn't we do that, the converse thing, where it's like no tangerines, we have kiwis, so then it wouldn't really contradict our sketch, because then we still have...
Well, here's the thing. It says has pears, but not tangerines. Okay? Yes on pears means what? No on kiwis. Yes on tangerines. That's why it contradicts it.
So then why don't we write that right there?
The question is asking what must be false.
Yeah, what must be false? So I'm not sure what I mean. What was your
Well,
question?
we can see what we did before we even drew the rules.
Uh-huh.
We did we did the second rule, which was
Mhm.
no kiwi, no tangerines.
Sure.
So right there it says no tangerines, and we have kiwis.
Mm-hmm.
So it says we have no tangerines.
So, okay, so here's the thing, though, that we want to actually be concerned with. On answer choice E, it says the stand carries pears. Yes, pears, according to that, right? Answer choice E, yes, pears. So what we want to do is use our chart to see what yes, pears tells us. Yes on pears tells us no on kiwis, tells us yes on tangerines.
Oh, I see, so you don't want to go back to the old.
No. The reason why this is good to focus on is because if we try to link everything every time we had an answer choice like this, that'd be a lot of extra work. We already have them linked up, and we can say yes on pears means everything to the right. Then we know that yes on pears and no on tangerines is not possible based on our steps.
Logic.